Hello YouTube and Star Wars fans, this is Slade Berlin here. I know it's been a while since I've done my last figure review. I've been pretty busy lately, but I'm going to be trying to make more videos in the future on my figures since I do have new ones to review for you all. Now today, I'm actually reviewing a very special figure, one I actually made myself. And today we are going to be reviewing my Star Wars Black Series custom figure of Mara Jade. Now, in case any of you guys don't know who Mara Jade is, she is from the Star Wars Expanded Universe of the Star Wars EU. I know from what I could tell, she was the Emperor's right hand, as well as a bounty hunter of sorts, who eventually was sent to track down Luke Skywalker, and eventually the two actually teamed up and fell in love with each other and they got married. So Mara Jade was the wife of Luke Skywalker. Now, I did say many times in my previous videos how I kind of wish that they made more figures from the EU, because that's all kind of what we want. But I decided just to go ahead and make my own, and I'll probably be going through you all on what I did to make this figure, as well as all the accessories. But you know how I do things, I always do the accessories first. So first I'm going to review probably her lightsabers. Now, if you guys don't recall, this lightsaber is from another figure I have that I'll be doing a review on relatively soon. But I decided just to use it for this figure as well. As you can see, if I can get a nice, if the blade will want to focus in, nice sculpt on the blade, nice detail. Basically, it's just black paint with the touches of detail, like the split, like the purple light in there on the hilt right here. Nice little belt loop. Now, I based my Mara Jade figure off of the smaller version, which in case it does have a bladed lightsaber, as I say, and a non-bladed lightsaber. Now, this lightsaber, the blade was removable, but I super glued it in. So this blade does not come out, but that's okay, because I also have this unlighted lightsaber, unignited lightsaber. It's basically just the same hilt without the blade. I mean, apart from that, those lightsaber pieces, I also have one of my Skywalker sabers. Like, I know I said I had plenty of these lying around. I just thought I used one of them for my figure, so they're just not there, basically. As you can see, it's just a typical the lightsaber that you usually get with the Rey figures, more likely, and I have like tons of those Rey figures. Also, I do have a blaster pistol. Very nice. I mean, it's not too much detail on this blaster pistol. I mean, you can also see touches of black paint on the hilt, on the handle there. But other than that, it's mainly just a single mold black paint with a metallic paint finish and a black handle, and that fits in her holster there on her waist when I'll get to a view. And also, another accessory she comes with is a blaster rifle. You might have saw this on one of my videos. I did this. This blaster is in fact from one of my Princess Leia figures. And as you can see, it's just a traditional black paint blaster with nice detailing. That little silver piece right there. You know, it's just a basic blaster pistol. You can probably, if you get the Princess Leia figure like I did, the 40th anniversary one, it probably comes with that. Now, this figure might look similar to you all in terms of the body. Basically, all I did was I used the body from, let's see if I can grab her, my Jaina Solo figure. So basically what I did was I bought another Jade. So actually you can see they're both Jaina Solo. They're both the same figure. It's just I bought another Jaina Solo figure and I chose to customize that one. Oh. So you can probably see that there's not much difference. I mean, it's obviously not much difference, but it took a lot of work to get this figure to get made. And I'll show you how I did everything. I'll tell you how I did everything. This figure took, like I said, this figure took about a week or two to make. As you can see, they're both, well, Mara's on the stand, but Jada, they both are exactly 6 feet. Maybe Jada is maybe Mara's a little bit taller because of her hair. I added custom hair to her, so getting her out the way. I said, well, they'll go over the review. I went over the accessories, so now getting into the figure. I just had her on the stand just because I wanted her to stand up more, because she's a little, with her new hair, she's a little top heavy, but it's not too bad. As you can see, you know, she just has the body of Jaina Solo, but if you notice, her arms are different. I in fact used the arms from a Princess Leia figure, and I basically just did the whole heat and push, or heat and pop method, where I just heated up the joints with a hairdryer, popped them off, and I swapped them out for layers. And I did, if you look closely, I did keep Jaina's original hands. I didn't choose to use Leia's hands because I wanted Mara to have more tighter grips, if you per se, like not too loose gripping in terms of weapons. As you can see, her belt's the same as Jaina's. This figure did not have that much customization. Most of the customization was in the upper body, if you could tell. You also notice, I did give her, I originally fought against doing this before. I was going to originally have her without soft goods, but I said, why not? I just have her soft goods. So she, as you can see, she has like a little scarf going on here, as well as she has a nice little sleeve. And of course, since this Mara Jade is battle damage, like, I actually gave her a ripped look. Like, this sleeve is here, and then this sleeve right here is ripped, so you can also see her joints underneath. So that's her sleeve hanging down there. Getting into the face, I wanted her to have like some battle damage to the face as well. Originally I opted against this, but I kind of messed up on the paint a little bit, so I just went with it. As you can see, one of her eyes, her left eye is damaged. I didn't plan on that. So as you can see, it's like a little gray there, like, you know how she's kind of blind in that eye. Since she's battle damaged, like, you know, she probably had like a few fights with Vader or Palpatine or whatever. As you can see at the top of her head, there's touches of blood right there. I kind of did that myself. So it's not like she has little touches of blood here. As you can see, her face is a little tiny poofy in here. So it's like if she banged her face or something and it's swollen, basically. So basically, I did paint the hair myself. Before, I didn't know what type of red I wanted for her hair, because I didn't know that her character is a redhead, so I just decided to just use a base coat. First I did a black coat of paint on her hair, and then I painted over it with a nice shade of red, and to officially seal it, I used the coat of clear nail polish. Which I do say, if you do want your paint to stay on your figures when you do choose to do customizations like this, any clear coat of nail polish will do. Nail polish sealant, I'd use that. Because before, I had the problem where I would paint the figures and then they'd start chipping because the paint was like rubbing off on my fingers, and basically, so this will actually seal any work that you do with paint wise permanently. So I thought that was a good thing to do. I know her hair is kind of shiny, sadly that's how the coat is, but it holds the paint. Now she does keep her traditional Black Series articulation. Her head does go 360 degrees, but it's kind of hindered because of the hair here. I mean, but it can be done. The arms can go go out that far and back in. They can go like that. They can go full 360 degrees. They can rotate at the forearm, as well as they can. Well, actually, that's probably much all Leia can do. Is her arms will always rotate at the forearm. Of course, with my soft goods, it doesn't hinder her movement whatsoever. She can still move her joints relatively well. This other arm here, it does the exact same, though for some reason, as you can see, it kind of pops off fairly easy. But that's okay, because this is a customization figure, and I did do my first this is my second customization figure. So with that here, she does have a chest and ab crunch. Her chest can go out that far, it can go back in. Her chest can go back down that far, it can go back that far, which pretty much out of all my Black Series figures, she's the only one who has the most articulation in terms of her ab crunch. Like, she can move back that far, and it actually surprised me. Of course, her leg can go out that far and back in that far. It can go this far. She does have a leg rotation. It does rotate 360 degrees. She does have a knee crunch here, double jointed for her knees. She does have an ankle rocker pivot, which does a nice swivel, and then it goes up and down at her legs, though it's a little stiff. She can do the same for her other leg, but of course, because of her belt and her blaster holster, which is molded into her leg, it's kind of difficult to do that without breaking this. So, but she can still do pretty much any articulation. Now, like I said, this figure took almost a week and a half to make. I did not add any of my molding clay to this figure, as you all might have probably seen. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I haven't done anything to this. So basically all I did was a few meager customizations, but mainly the reason why it took so long was because, one, I had to figure out what type of paint to use, and two, because popping the joints out of the figures was actually more difficult for Jaina. Her joints were a little bit more tighter to pop out, and I was afraid if I put too much pressure, it would have broken the peg inside of her body. In that case, I would have had to go ahead and buy another figure, because I couldn't do anything with that figure. But yeah, as you can see, the only downside to this figure is because of how the hair is. She's kind of always looking up, basically. I mean, it's barely noticeable. Like, if you put her head down, she looks forward at the camera, but sometimes when you're moving around, you'll notice she'll start drifting her head back up. As I said, that's because of the hair. I mean, she is top heavy in a way. Like, she can stand. As you can see, she can stand on her own. You just have to kind of finesse it a bit, because she is top heavy. Because the hair actually may look similar to you all. It's because I actually used a Guardians of the Galaxy's Gamora figure, and she had the hair, so basically I took the hair for that figure, super glued it onto this figure, and I just painted it red. Like I said, it's just a meager customization. It's not too, you know, complex in terms. Like, I didn't use any of the clay, like I mentioned. It's just a pop off and pop on and paint. So I did plan on getting, because actually I think I have it, because I based this, if you all might, I don't know if you all know, but I did base this figure off of the smaller version sculpt of Mara Jade. I don't think I have her at the moment, but I'll put pictures in for you all at the end of the video to show you what figure I'm talking about that I used as a reference. And like I said, because I've always wanted a Mara Jade figure that was 8 inches, not 8 inches, 6 inches, because I do have the smaller one. I was like, why can't, if I could just they didn't make, obviously they didn't, I know they're making characters from Rebels now, and they said they're probably not going to make characters from the EU. I said, why not? They just make these figures from the EU. So Mara Jade is probably my first figure I made that was from the Star Wars Expanded Universe. I don't know if I'll make any more from the Expanded Universe. I probably will in the time. But yeah, just to show you all, her blaster can go in her holster. You can see it has a small click and it's in there. Like, if I do, like, it's not gonna fall out. Unlike my Han Solo figure, the blaster is actually, has a groove, I guess, in the holster to where when you put it in, it clicks with that groove, so it's not going to come out unless you're trying to take it out. Which is a good thing, because I was afraid of dropping my figures and losing my blasters. As you can see, she does have a lightsaber clip on her belt where you could actually, like funny enough, like my Luke Skywalker figure, my Return of the Jedi, his belt loop is really flexible. Like, it's made out of really flexible plastic, which at times is hard to get the lightsaber actually in. With her, it's like that still, but hers is a little bit more stiff than Luke's, but the lightsaber can go on there. It also stays on there too, which is a good thing. And to show you, she actually does hold the lightsaber fairly well in her hands. So yeah, it's a little wobbly. Like, you can see it's wobbly a little bit, but it's not bad. Like, she can still hold it. You know, do custom posts with it. Let's get that back on my stand. I'm using a Figma stand, by the way. I don't really have an official figure stand, so I just decided to use Figma for my figures that have trouble standing on their own, so they're not always like falling over in my videos. So this, honestly, I'm pretty proud of my customization. I thought it was like a good thing to do, just to make everyone know part of the EU Expanded Universe, because I love Mara Jade. I read most of the novels involving her, and I did kind of wish she was in The Last Jedi, but maybe she'll pop up in the Star Wars universe eventually in time, since I do know that Disney is trying to make some characters from the Expanded Universe. But yeah, that was my Star Wars The Black Series custom Mara Jade figure review. Of course, like I said, I'll try to make more videos in the future for you all, because I do have new ones. Of course, if you like this review, you can always like or subscribe below. Of course, you don't have to. It's only if you want to. Like, I don't care about subscribers or anything. I'm just posting just to show you all my love for Star Wars figures as I am a collector. So yeah, that was a review, and have a nice day.